What's going on, guys? Welcome back to our tutorial world, and today's tutorial is going to be a very quick and simple one, if I get out into the right view, of a cocoa bean farm. So it's extremely simple. It just uses the mechanic of the pistons pushing up the load of the jungle wood and then pistons along the top pushing them back down. So then if we hit this button, we'll do it twice, and that's just due to the double pulse extender that I've got built underneath. But yeah, out of that one harvest, we've got 64 extra cocoa beans. I only have one in my inventory to actually plant them. Now, we're just going to get straight to it. We're going to need some normal pistons, some half slabs, a building block of your choice, redstone repeaters, redstone dust, jungle wood, the cocoa beans, one observer block, and one button. Now, if you want to create an automatic collecting system for this, it's quite easy to do, and I'll show you after how we actually do that. Now, the first thing you want to do is obviously you're going to want it flush to your ground. So what you're going to want to do is dig out a 2 deep 3x8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we just want to dig that all out completely. Like so. And then from this point, you just want to dig out a 1 gap along there. And then you just want to lay some redstone dust in that 1 gap. Like so. And then you want to get your building block of choice and just run a line there. So then you've got something that looks like that. That's stage 1. And then you just want to run a line of repeaters into that. And then on the other side, you want to do 1 repeater at either end on 2 ticks. That is very specific. And then what that is, you just want to run out this, or just break this line here. This is obviously going to be behind your wall where we're going to be running our redstone towers. And then from here, you actually want to lay your pistons. So just along that blue line that I've laid, where all the repeaters are facing into, you just want to run a layer of pistons, normal pistons, not sticky pistons. And then from here, you want to actually do your wall of jungle wood. You want to go up 5 high. And I've chose 5 high purely because it's the most easily accessible level to be able to plant them from being at ground level. So I think, is that 4 high? 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think that should be a 5. Just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's all fine. And then from here, you want your pistons done at the top. So you want to go 1, 2, 3. And then you want this line here just to run along the top. Like so. And then underneath that, you just want to lay your other line of pistons. So it's very simple so far. Now, just for the ease of it, what you really want to do is just tower up scaffolding blocks either side of this as high as the actual building block just above the pistons go. And you want to do that on either side. And this is just for the ease of building it, shall I say. Just to make your life a little bit easier, basically. And then from here, you want to go half slab. And then you just want to do the half slab towers going all the way along the top until you get to the very top. Like so. Otherwise you would have had to do the whole finagling about of trying to place half slabs away from the wall and going back and forth, making sure you've got them all right. This way it's just a lot easier. So you want your first half slab to be on the same level where the pistons are, just above the redstone repeater. And then you just want to take them up like so. Just like so. And then you want to get your redstone dust. And then just run that all the way up. And then you want to run it along the top. And then back down. And then that is pretty much it, apart from adding in the 1 tick pulse generator. Of course, this will only work with a 1 tick pulse. So let's just get rid of our scaffolding blocks. Now, the way that I've been doing the 1-tick pulse generator is if you just break a couple of blocks there next to the line of redstone dust, what you want to do is actually get your observer block, face it out like that, and then you just want to put a bit of redstone dust there, cover that bit up, and then we can have our button just there. So then we can then fill all of this in. Now what this does, because the observer on console edition, it only kicks out a 1-tick pulse, so it will send out a 1-tick pulse when you first press the button, where the redstone gets activated. Then when redstone turns off, it will send another tick, which means that this will activate twice each time you hit the button. So 1, 2. But that will harvest all of the cocoa beans, and then from this level, it is quite easily plantable all the way along the top, like so. And that's pretty much it. And then this is flush to the floor. You can have it flush to your ceiling as well, and then have all the redstone hidden behind the wall. Or you could just have this as a double-sided farm. You can actually run pistons on the other side, use the same redstone torch tower with the same button. And then for collecting it, if you really wanted to, instead of having these blocks here, you can actually have a line of hoppers running along into a chest, which is quite easy to do, but I don't see a problem. Because you're going to have to be here to harvest and replant it anyway, I tend to choose to manually collect it. But what I will show you is the harvest that we get from this. Where would the bone mill be? You want some of you? I do believe you could bone mill these, can't you? Yeah. Let's just quickly bone mill all of these, just to see what sort of harvest rate we get on this. The dimensions are very specific, that it's got to be only 8 wide, and that's due to the extension of the actual redstone line. So the redstone repeater will only kick out a maximum of 15. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then that would be your 15, where it leads over to this next one. Now that next repeater will also be kicking out up to 15, so they'll intersect with each other by 1. So you could probably extend this by 1, so instead of having it 8 along, you could have it 9 along. Or I think 10 would be your maximum that you can have it along. But I've gone for 8, and that's just due to the extension of the actual redstone signal, and it works perfectly fine. So it's going to be 8 wide by 5 tall. And let's quickly run through. These tend to grow very quickly by themselves as well. So using bone meal is not an actual issue. And the only thing that you use cocoa beans for is for making, I believe it's cookies, which is like the worst food choice. I think it gives you less food hunches and saturation than even melon slices. So we've just got rid of all of that cocoa beans. Let's see what of harvest we get from the full load. And we've got nearly 2 stacks just from that one little harvest. Now obviously if you really wanted to, you can extend this onto another wall along by just doing the exact same thing, by extending the redstone line coming along with another repeater, extending the signal, and have multiple walls going along. But yeah, very quick and simple tutorial today on a cocoa bean farm. So hopefully you found it helpful. If you have and it's your first time to the channel, please consider subscribing for future Minecraft tutorials and Minecraft content alike. And I'll hopefully see you all in the next one. Bye bye.